Hey buddies, I'm Fuggy here coming at you with another Borderlands 3 video. Today I'm going to be showcasing the best way to get tons and tons of Eridium for Show the Eridium event, and the easiest way to do it is actually going to be at the slaughter shaft. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You have no idea how much helps me out, and let's get into it. First things first, before you actually load into the game, you want to go to the main menu and activate the cartels event. I only recommend using the cartels event because the cartels event will be spawning standard enemies, and with each standard enemy you kill, you'll get 1 or 2 Eridium to drop, which is very, very good. And the ghosts, as far as I'm aware, don't drop the Eridium, so make sure to only have the cartel event. That's the preferable one to use. Every time the cartel group spawns, it spawns around 2 to 3 enemies, so that's just potentially 3 to 6 Eridium free right there every single time you kill a cartel enemy. Besides that, what I recommend is going on Mayhem mode and going to Mayhem mode 1 with the Mayhem modifier Loot Explosion. What we're going to be trying to do is to rush through the slaughter shaft as fast as possible. What Loot Explosion does is every single time you kill an enemy, there's a 10% chance they loot explode. I believe that can drop 2 to 5 Eridium, so optimally we could get 5 Eridium. Combine that with the cartel group that spawns, it's a lot of Eridium, especially if using Flak. What I recommend to always get the Loot Explosion, because critical kills guarantee this to happen, is to use Flak with a fadeaway build of any kind, any type of weapon you want. Try to use a gun that is really good at fadeaways. You get a lot of critical hits, so you can proc head count, because every single time you score a critical hit, your action skill will come back, allowing you to fade away, so you can get the guaranteed loot explosions. And it's pretty obvious, but just in case you don't know, make sure to have Megavore on this character so you can have more loot explosions and to increase your DPS in general. The loadout you have doesn't really matter. The only thing I recommend is to use a mysterious artifact. Now, the mysterious artifact has these 2 effects that are question mark with 100% and 5%. Now, the 100% one pretty much just uncovers invisible Eridium shards, but we're not worrying about Eridium shards on this video. What we're worrying about is the 5%. Now, the 5%, every single time you kill a badass enemy, there's going to be a 5% chance they explode into exactly 12 Eridium. Now, that's great. The cartels group that spawns usually spawns with a badass or 2, so this artifact combined with the cartels event will allow you to get a lot of Eridium. And the slaughter shaft does have a lot of badasses. Now, the final setup that you want to do on the slaughter shaft, and make sure you get to round 5. Now, round 5 spawns an enemy at the end called the Titan, which has a chance to spawn twice when they spawn, which is a little bit weird, but I'm not going to get into the details on why that happens. But every single time you kill a Titan, it drops 500 Eridium in a big old stack, allowing you to get a lot of Eridium at the end. So since I'm here, I'm going to real quick activate the round so I can show you here. And before we get into that, I want to show you here, for some reason this drop shit spawned and didn't despawn, so now I have a constant COV radio in my ears, and I think that's really cool because I really do enjoy hearing the banter. But let's actually start the round. The slaughter shaft, as far as you know, is a pretty decently challenging thing to do. Of course, with certain builds it's a cakewalk, but it's going to be especially a cakewalk because of the fact that we have Mayhem 1 active. Now, Mayhem 1 allows all these enemies to basically just die in one shot. I don't really need to do much heavy lifting at all to kill these enemies. It's going to be very easy. We're going to try to get in the fadeaway as much as possible and to get as many loot explosions as possible. Now, what I like to do is to not worry about hitting only crits, only in fadeaway I worry about that. The reason for that is because I want to try to get past this as quickly as possible so we can get a Titan to spawn as quickly as possible, because we're looking for as much Eridium per minute, and if you're wasting time trying to amp up your shots instead of actually killing the enemies, you're going to waste a lot of time and not get as much Eridium as you possibly could. While doing this farm, I've gotten so much Eridium. I've gotten around 2,000 per run, and I'm able to do a run in my fastest time was 3 minutes, which is really awesome. Normally my average run is 3 minutes and 30, which is really good. That just equivalates to, I believe the math is like 667 per minute for Eridium, which is pretty good. Of course, this is talking about optimally if we have every single thing I said before, like the mysterious artifact, loot explosion, and getting 2 Titans to spawn. Now, one unfortunate thing I want to say is that if you kill a Titan and then notice, hey, nothing, I didn't get any Eridium, don't worry, that can happen sometimes. The Titan has a known bug where it doesn't spawn the Eridium sometimes, but don't worry about that, because I'm going to show you a way that you can reset your slaughter shaft really quickly as soon as we're finished here. And a good thing I like to do is when the cartel group spawns, I like to go into fadeaway and then kill them. This will allow the crit explosion to activate, and just in case you don't know, the crit explosion is something that you get when you unlock enough guardian rank for the offensive tree. I think it's the red tree. The Guardian ranks will allow you to, every single time you get a crit, as long as you unlock a perk, that it causes a giant explosion, which allows a bunch of enemies to die. Like, I'm going to let these guys spawn, I'm going to shoot once, and both of them die. So that allows us to get a lot of Eridium really, really quickly, and allows us to get through the run really, really quickly. And just in case you weren't aware, killing the cartels enemies don't actually allow you to advance in the waves. So if you're doing this, you could, in theory, kind of ignore the cartels that spawn until near the end. I'm not really sure if that's the optimal way to do it. I'm sure you could do that to get through the rounds faster than I have. So if you guys found a faster way to get to the end of a round than I have, which is my fastest time 3 minutes, tell me below, or just even tell me your personal best. I would love to learn. And even when I'm killing, sometimes I like to just get on this little barrier and then just allow myself to have the whole map in my view, so I can shoot every single enemy you want. So get on this container. And one other trick I like to do is to actually get the Hunter Seeker, which is this nifty grenade that shoots bullets. And it's actually decently powerful. I like to do that, and then it randomly kills the enemies that spawn sometimes, where it doesn't require me to shoot sometimes, as long as the enemies aren't badasses. If the enemies are badasses, usually I need to take my hand into killing them. And right there, I actually just killed the Titan without even noticing. So I'm just gonna real quick grab the 500 Eridium, as you saw on the middle right of my screen. I just grabbed the 500 Eridium, and as soon as you kill the Titan, what you want to do is to open your menu. You don't have to die. There was a method that I believe some people in the community suggested to actually die after this, but instead of doing that, you want to just fast travel to the slaughter shaft, which will allow you to fail the round, which allows you to start back at round 5, allowing you to kill the Titan right away. And then after you spawn back in, I like to take a walk around the whole arena, see if there's any Eridiums that spawned that I did not pick up. Like right there, that was around 6 Eridium. And just go around the area, see if there's any Eridium that you haven't actually picked up. You could, of course, while you're running around, instead of wasting your time and just running around, I would actually recommend to go over here and start the round again while you're collecting all your Eridium, just so you can have as much optimal time collecting Eridium as possible. Now, this method I'm showing you right here, you can get up to 250,000 Eridium every single hour if you're consistent and fast enough, which is really, really crazy. It's the best Eridium farm that I would recommend doing during Show Me the Eridium. Of course, after the event's over, you can even use this to farm Eridium as well, because the methods that I'm showing you here pretty much work no matter what, because we're getting most of our Eridium from Loot Explosion and the mysterious artifact proccing on badass kills. So we are able to get tons and tons of Eridium without even the event active if you really, really want. But besides that, if you guys found a method that's a little bit better than the one I'm doing, please comment it down below. You'll strengthen us as a community and probably help another Vault Hunter. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.
And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat, facing him up with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke hell. War in a cave with a torch on a wall, then a window arrangement of porcelain dolls.